16th at Lawler Event Center. It was, there were about 1,500 people there. There's the ticket. And then, again, it was hard to get really good pictures. About 100 protesters were outside of Lawler. And then Laura and Jenna Bush came on October 5th, 2004. And what makes me mad about this, let's see if we can get a clear picture. Yeah, that's about as good as it's going to get. I had another roll of film that had them even closer up, much closer up, and probably were good, but I had sent them out of town, which was a mistake, and I never did get the pictures from Walmart. And Jenna introduces her mom. And then Elizabeth Edwards made another visit, only this time it was in Carson City at the Western Nevada Community College. This was on October 17th, so they were making more and more appearances as the deadline gets closer. And one there. So I was pretty close to her then. And then John Kerry came to town. And let's see, what do I say that number of crowd? I wrote a big long thing here. I can't tell. But I want to say 12,000 people that were there, maybe 14,000. We're at Lawler Event Center. So there's that. And yeah, I was a volunteer there. I even got to shake his hand. But anyway, here are pictures of him. And yeah, again, it was point and shoot camera, so it was slightly grainy, but they still turned out okay. Of him. I was up near the front. 14,000, that's what I write here. There were 14,000. And he spoke for 50 minutes, but he wasn't boring at all. He just really got into it. Then on October 28th, Madeleine Albright came to town, former ambassador, UN ambassador. So she was with Harry Reid and retired General Tony McPeak. So they were talking about why we should vote for Kerry. And then John Kerry's sister Peggy was in town. She was with two of the so-called Jersey girls of 9/11, Kristen Breitweiser and Monica Gabrielle. And they were very good. This was over at the Grand Sierra Resort, then the Reno Hilton. Later on, I got to talk to Peggy Kerry at a local restaurant. Spent some time talking to her. She was real nice. Wesley Clark came on October 30th, so we're really winding down. This is about the last weekend of the campaign, and he was talking about national security. He had no notes. He autographed a brochure for me. Here's another picture of him. And this one's the best one of him here. He stayed till everybody left. Then MoveOn.org the same day. Believe me, I was real busy. I had a ball volunteering for the campaign. Anyway, it was on October 30th, and Ariana Huffington was supposed to speak. Unfortunately, she had problems. Family emergency, so she couldn't come. And so in her place was actor Sean Penn. Was around the area, so he talked for a little bit. The next day, Ann Richards, the late great Ann Richards, was in northern Nevada, and she was talking about again about voting for Kerry Edwards. And these were really good pictures. She was at the university, and about 40 to 50 people were there. Real animated. Really good speaker. She should have run for president herself. And there. And then here's her autograph. I only had like a scrap of paper, so she signed in big bold letters. Great person. And then this was a autograph of Edwards that I got from eBay, but I don't know why I did that. I've got about 6 of them that I got from him in person. So anyway, that was that. And then the Republicans, Cheney visited, and both Cheneys, I should say, came the day before the election. So that was like his last stop before going back to Wyoming for his final stop. And then here they are. These were really good pictures. They were there with the grandkids. Lynn introduces him. The actual president, though we haven't heard much out of him in recent months. And then he was looking at this one kid. God, he was an irritating kid, but anyway, he smiled at him. There were only 750 people there. And then some miscellaneous stuff. Michael Moore came to speak on October 13th. He was a good speaker, and about between 9,000 and 10,000 people crowded Lawler Events Center. Teresa Hines Carey was visited too, but she was the only one out of all of the ones, out of all the spouses and candidates that I didn't see in person because I had to work that day. But I kept the ticket. And then this was from an earlier both Cheney visit. This is of the plane, Air Force 2. So I managed to get that. And then I had this as a souvenir. The press check-in when John Kerry came to Lawler. Then these are just some brochures. And I have to say, for all the hard work the Democrats did in Washoe County, even though Kerry didn't win that county and didn't quote-unquote win the state, the margin of victory of the Republicans over the Democrats was cut in half from what it was in 2000. So really kicked rear. And then there's more memorabilia. The sample ballot. I keep everything. Pack rat. More stuff. That's Howard Dean's book. And then this was an absentee ballot. I thought I was going to have to vote absentee, but I didn't. And then the Carrie Edwards banner. So that's that. Campaign 2004.